here you go. The guy's getting off the rocket ship. Who the fuck is filming him? Who's filming him?
A guy?
How'd the fucking guy get up there if this is the first guy supposed to be on the fucking moon?
They had it analyzed years later. Turned out it was a piece of petrified wood. It was not a moon rock. They just left these people. Give them that colored rock over there. Tell them it's from the moon.
NASA.
All right.
And I'm sure you've heard the rumors.
The moon landing hoax?
That's right. That the moon landing was fake. The moon landings all were fake. And I was the person who filmed it. The conspiracy theorists were right on this occasion.
Tally. I manifest. Want it, I see it, I got it, I get it, no question.
Yo, what's good? And welcome back to another episode of J Tally Reacts, bringing you the highest vibrations on YouTube. I got a dope video lined up for you guys today. After the interest we saw in last week's episode of the Artemis II bloopers, I decided to scour the annals of the internet and find every single clip that showed a blooper that we didn't already see. I also added in some NASA stuff and some Apollo stuff, so if you're interested in finding out if we really went to space or not, stick around. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also, click the little bell icon that really helps out the algorithm, and it keeps you notified of all my future content exactly when it drops. If you liked the video, be sure to click like, share it with your friends, and don't forget to let me know how you feel in the comments. Keep in mind though, do your own research, people. I'm not here to tell you one way or another what's real and what's not. It's really up to you. All I'm doing is showing you some examples of things that have red flags. And that's why we call this episode Artemis II and NASA Red Flags. But let's jump right into the first clip. Here we go.
So as all the Artemis stuff is in the news, I want to take you back a couple years. Do you guys remember when Apple dropped that movie called Fly Me to the Moon? And if you guys don't remember it, the premise of this movie was in 1969, they had an alternate backup plan to fake a moon landing just in case they couldn't get to the moon.
The whole world will be watching. We can't afford to lose to the Russians. We need to shoot the backup version of the moon landing.
You mean to fake it?
But what I find really funny about this, do you know what they called their project to fake the moon landing in that movie? Yeah, of course, they called it Artemis.
Wow,
you
that's
can't even
crazy.
Make this stuff up, or maybe you can, and they do. Because in 1977, they also made a movie called Capricorn 1. And this movie is about a fake mission to Mars. So just before launch, 3 astronauts are secretly pulled from their spacecraft due to a life support failure that would kill them in flight. Instead of canceling the mission, the government officials decide to fake a Mars landing in a hidden desert studio to avoid public embarrassment. The astronauts are forced to go along with the deception while the mission is broadcast to the world as if it were real.
It's hard to believe you really are that far away in space.
It's hard for me to believe it, too.
So maybe it is as the Chili Peppers say, space is the final frontier, but it's made in a Hollywood basement.
Could be true.
Mandela effect like, oh, and I know the Monopoly man had him on a cold, bro. Why had they capping? The Raisin Bran son had a pair of sunglasses. Pikachu's tail had a black tip. Mirror, mirror on the wall, it was never magic. Massive capping, changing classics.
That's crazy.
Like timeline shift. Kit Kat, Fruit Loops, Flintstones.
She literally has IMDb credits for the movie.
Have a cornucopia in a simulation full of AI agents. Better call up Morpheus. We in the Matrix, living paycheck to paycheck inflation.
There it is, Christina Cox.
Everybody racist. Why you complaining? America's the greatest.
Little suspicious.
You know that some of the Artemis astronauts are actually paid actors? And no, I'm not joking here, guys. This is Christina Cox, one of NASA's astronauts, aka actronauts. Here she is again if you guys want to take a closer look. This is in the movie Mad Max in 2015. That's right, she was credited in Mad Max Fury Road again in 2015. Very interesting that she has all this time to be an actor and an astronaut and do all this training. What a superhuman she is. She's even listed here on IMDb. Just another way to laugh in your face, guys. But wait, it gets even better. Well, the Satanists released this movie in 2024 called Fly Me to the Moon. The plot of this movie is the White House actually hires a team to fake the moon landing. And what's even more interesting about this is the mission in this movie is called Project Artemis. It can't get any better, guys. Right in your face, as always. This is 101 of their script. They need to lie to everyone. They need to program it in the subconscious mind that we are doing this and you are stupid to believe us if you actually believe us. If you're aware that everything in this reality is a lie, is fake, that they're poisoning us around every corner, you know how important it is to be of sound body and mind. That's why I take chalks daily every single day. Clinically studied to boost free and total testosterone. With over 5,000 third-party reviews on Trustpilot, this is a no-brainer for me. And I have incredible lifetime.
And we're going to stop it. He's just advertising now. Let's jump into the next video.
So when we saw Tiny Earth, people asked our crew what impressions we had. And honestly, what struck me wasn't necessarily just Earth, it was all the blackness around it. Earth was just this lifeboat hanging undisturbingly in the universe.
She fell off script. I really feel bad for her. That's a lot of pressure.
So...
Testing. Embarrassing.
I may have not learned, I know I haven't learned, everything that this journey has yet to teach me. But there's one new thing I know, and that is, planet Earth, you are a crew. Thank you.
What? What does that mean? Hold on. These people are supposed to be the best of the best, right? What the hell does that mean? You are a crew? Like that's the best she can come up with? When I first heard the central casting thing a couple weeks ago, I was like, okay, yeah, that's hype. Like, I don't know if I believe that. Maybe he just referred to central casting for a different reason. I was in central casting when I lived in LA, and I never got a role to play a literal NASA astronaut. So I was like, that's bull, you know? But now I'm like 90% certain that's what they meant. Do you believe it? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Let's jump into the next video.
Wow, Neil Armstrong. Hey, wait a minute. You're supposed to be on the moon.
Hey, Family
I just
Guy
saw
be
it on
wildin',
TV.
bro.
Oh, there's a tape delay and with all solar winds.
Family Guy was the best. Still are.
Key images of Earth have been released. Let's take a look. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Neat. This is solid proof right here that the Earth is fucking flat. You can't tell me otherwise. And look. Green screen right there. You are fake, NASA. Fake news. Get out of here.
I'm sure that's how a lot of us feel after seeing what they gave us after the Artemis mission.
If there were only 4 astronauts on the Artemis mission, then who was filming this video? And who directed the camera towards the Earth like that? Isn't that concerning?
So if you've ever done videography, you would know what a good pan that was. And I don't think a camera floating with no gravity would perfectly pan from a crew out the window for a perfect shot of Earth. People, something is going on. And I'm not saying one way or another whether it's real or not, but you make up your own mind, okay?
So NASA wants us to believe that they can take high-resolution videos and pictures from 240,000 miles away in outer space. But when the astronauts land in the ocean, it looks like it's recorded on a camcorder from 1998. That makes perfect sense, right?
They catch everything. I didn't even realize the footage was grainy, but why are they using grainy footage? Like, that's another red flag, people. Red flag. This video says a lot. This is so crazy.
Where these are basically pods that you would drop out of the aircraft, they would parachute. Pods that you would drop out of the aircraft, you would parachute.
Three surrounds dead tonight. Scientist. Another one just passed today. Another scientist they got today. And I didn't even put it together. Let me pause this real quick. Actually, it's almost over. So a lot of scientists who worked on this project have gone missing. I'm sure you've seen headlines about it and TikToks about it. Another one went missing today, but I didn't really put together. I thought it was due to these meteorites or meteors that they claim are meteors that are falling the last couple of weeks. But what if it was due to this? That's what I'm thinking now, because they just keep disappearing. And pray for their families. Like, they don't deserve this. Our government should not be doing this. If they are doing it, this is all hearsay. But these people should be protected. All right? Just because you're coming out speaking about things that may or may not align with your vision of what should happen, these people should not be treated this way.
A bunch of people that were involved in the moon landing that wound up dying. One of them, he was hired by NASA to give an assessment of what the probability of their success was. And he said NASA was in such complete disarray and the moon landing program was so dysfunctional that there was no chance that they were going to get to the moon in 5 years. That guy parked his car on a train track with his family inside of it. No. And died. And that 500-page report vanished.
No way.
Yep, nobody ever saw it again. And they killed him. And Gus Grisham's family to this day believes that they murdered him because he was saying that the program was a lemon.
Is that what's going on right now with all these scientists? You got to think about it. It's possible.
Shows a picture, calls a video. Yeah, it like has barely moved at all. Oh, whoa, did you look at that? Did you see that? It got further away.
Of the flight of Artemis II, our 4
yo.
Mission.
What?
We are 4 days, 19 hours, 31 minutes. Mission elapsed time of the flight of Artemis II.
Oh my God!
Aboard Orion. Today is our.
The thing is, going to the moon is such an amazing accomplishment. If they fake one thing, we're going to question everything. Why do they have to fake anything? It's an amazing, amazing accomplishment. There's no reason to fake anything when it comes to this. Nothing. We understand there's going to be technical issues, but you're straight getting caught faking stuff.
Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong presented a piece of moon rock that they got from the moon to the Prime Minister of the Netherlands. Like, look, sir, we've given you a chunk of the moon. They had it analyzed years later. Turned out it was a piece of petrified wood. It was not a moon rock. They just, like, these people, give them that colored rock over there. Tell them it's from the moon. Dutch National Rijksmuseum made an embarrassing announcement last week. One of its most loved possessions is fake. Just an old piece of petrified wood that's never been anywhere near the moon.
Okay, let's play devil's advocate. Maybe they don't like the Netherlands, okay? Maybe that's why they did that. Maybe. Maybe not.
I'm convinced y'all are not real. Y'all are robots. This shit is not real. Earth. Look at the size of Earth relative to the moon. This is when we first went, right? All right, keep that in your mind. And here's the new pic that they released this week. Why is the size so different? And then throw this picture on top, another image that NASA just released. When did Earth get so big relative to the moon? Here's the original, Earth small. We zoom even further out and Earth is big. Again, like maybe, I don't know about the zoom ratio, you know, the lighting with the angle and the, you know, I know someone's got the answers. I'm just an idiot. The peptides got to my brain.
The peptides.
Come on now.
Maybe the peptides got to my brain too.
So looking at this footage of the Artemis capsule falling back to Earth, they tell us it's moving at 25,000 miles per hour. Think about that speed. How are humans going that fast and not getting hurt at all? We're supposed to believe that these little pieces of fabric can slow a multi-ton capsule from thousands of miles per hour down to car speeds in just a few minutes. The physics just don't add up. Now look at it in the water. This thing supposedly just hit the atmosphere at thousands of degrees. Where's the steam at? Why isn't the water bubbling around it? And look at these coast guards on these boats. They're touching it with their bare hands. If it were that hot, it would melt their skin off. Even the inflatable bags, they're made of rubber. Why didn't they melt? Am I the only one seeing this signature? And again, this is all for entertainment purposes only. No, I don't think this is, you know, fake.
Red flag again, red flag, red flag.
Planet Earth, you are a crew.
This astronaut from the Artemis II has an earpiece malfunction and she can't figure out what to say.
In the universe.
She's a literal actress. She was in Mad Max Fury Road. Can you imagine not being able to describe how amazing it would be to be in outer space?
I may have not learned, I know I haven't learned, everything that this journey has yet to teach me. But there's one new thing I know.
Awkward.
And that is...
That's hard to watch.
Explain this to me. These guys can track a 1.6-inch ball, but can't keep a 322-foot rocket on screen? No, guys, pan over. It's the biggest thing in the sky. It's right there.
That's a good point.
Okay, so I've just been sent these coordinates on Google Earth, and you guys have got to check this out. I'll put the coordinates in the comments. But watch this, we're zooming in on a place in America, in Texas. Nothing unusual at first, but when you click this building here, you don't just go inside a building, you end up inside the International Space Station, literally in space. Like, we're talking full interior, you can see out the window, you can see Earth.
Damn.
Like, how is this possible if this is in space? And it makes you wonder, doesn't it? Who remembers that song from Red Hot Chili Peppers that goes, "Space may be the final frontier, but it's made in a Hollywood basement"? I mean, go and try it for yourself, beautiful people, and tell me what you think is actually going on here. Let me know in the comments, and obviously, as always, just for entertainment. Clearly this is a normal thing to happen from Earth, just randomly shooting into space. Nothing to do with the fact that they've got a, you know, complete replica of the ISS in Texas, where they, you know, supposedly use it for training purposes, even though they lost all of the telemetry data and everything that they used to go to the moon in 1969, but somehow they kept a perfect replica that they used to go to the moon in 1969. No, it's definitely not a studio, and this is all real. I'm as fictional as the moon landings, baby.
So there's also one of those of the Mars rover, and I swear to God, look it up. Like, if you do some research, you'll find it. But I'm not saying one way or another if they've been to space or not.
What, day 4 of the Artemis II? We're seeing these postcards of the crew looking at the Earth. But I have an honest question for everyone, and it's about the logic of this shot. I'm just saying, if a guy in a submarine at the bottom of an ocean can put his camera to the glass and show us this type of structure, why can't the people that are there right now, like how they stand back and talk in the camera with their mics, why can't they float to the camera, pick up the camera, walk over to the window, show us all of this that they're seeing, even if it's dark, just show us on camera with video recording just what it looks like. So they say they have to save the data and prioritize bandwidth in 2026. With a 260 megabyte laser system, we can stream 4K movies in the middle of the desert, but they can't float a camera literally 5 feet from the windows. Like this video right here, the way they're talking, why can't one of them, like her right there, grab the camera and show us what it looks like out there on video footage, not just a picture? I mean, I get it, but I mean, if you look at the view, there's no satellites, there's no debris, no mess. If space is literally a graveyard, why is their window always perfect, like a perfect empty void of nothing?
That's a good point.
Imagine answering the question like this.
I wonder, do you still see stars in outer space?
Many as I thought I would, so read.
Did you catch it? Watch again.
Many as I thought I would, so read. Many as I thought I would, so read.
Reed Weissman tells Jeremy Hansen to close his mouth when asked about stars in space.
We have so much illumination from the sun on the moon and the earth right now. It is hard at times to see stars.
You ever looked away from Earth into the black void?
Because you can see, because you can see the stars.
Oh yeah.
Because you can see the stars.
Oh yeah.
You know, and pretty much all the time you can see the stars.
There's more than stars. You can see planets. You can see moon.
Never able to see stars from the lunar surface. I don't recall during the period of time that we were photographing the solar corona what stars we could see. I don't remember seeing any.
It's just like when you walk out in the daytime, you see a blue sky but no stars. We look outside and we see the black space and no stars. But tonight we're going to be pointed into deep space and we're going to turn out all the lights in the spacecraft for the first time on the mission. And if you give yourself about 20 or 30 minutes, we do this all the time on the International Space Station. Christina
You can
and
tell
I
the dude in
just
the
have
middle
great
is
fond
nervous
memories of
now.
this. You'll start to
And the
see
girl on the
stars.
right,
And if you give it
look,
enough
she's
time,
embarrassed.
We'll see so many stars, it's hard to see the constellations because there are so many stars out there.
Yo, do your own research.
About the moon landing, so don't you think this makes sense?
We are under a firmament. So you probably always wonder why a rainbow is in the shape of a dome, why it's always arched. Now science will tell you that a rainbow is caused when sunlight enters a water droplet, bends, reflects, and comes out as a visible spectrum. Now while that's true for the most part, what they're not telling you is that the raindrops are only there to act as a screen, to capture what's being projected. In order to fully grasp what a rainbow is, you first need to understand refraction. I know we've all seen this image before. Refraction is the bending of light as it transports from one transparent medium, like glass, into another. So here we have a white light hitting a glass prism and turning into a straight rainbow. But notice, we have never seen a straight rainbow. We've never seen a rainbow that forms right angles or one that goes straight up or straight down. It's always in the shape of a dome. And the funny thing is, to actually create a rainbow indoors, you need a mirror. You need a prism. But not just any mirror, you need a mirror submerged in water. Now, since our mirror here is flat, our rainbow, which is reflecting the water or mist, is going to be a straight, flat rainbow. So understand the rainbow is always going to take shape of the medium it's being reflected off of. So what is the medium being reflected outside? Our glass firmament, the glass dome. It's really that simple. Hast thou with him spread out the sky, which is strong and as a molten looking glass. Just as creating a rainbow indoors requires a mirror submerged in water, Genesis tells us that there are waters above our firmament. God made the firmament, which divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above it. And it was so. These are the very same waters that were released to flood the earth during the days of Noah. There's even several mentions in scripture of floodgates that God opens up from above to reset the earth. And you'll find the firmament and the same flood story in the Quran, the Vedas, and countless other cultures. So who's really being heretical here? Now take it a step further, look at this rainbow above an ocean. Notice how the colors are inverted in the ocean below from the original rainbow. The colors are in the opposite order. Well, obviously it's because the water is mirroring the rainbow, right? Now look at this double rainbow. What do you see? The second rainbow is just a reflection from the glass firmament above. The ocean below and the firmament above are both acting as mirrors, as above, so below. And it only gets weirder, folks. You know what else is strange? The more north you go, the higher a rainbow arcs. For example, here's a rainbow in Alaska. Notice how high that is. Go just a few hundred miles south and it gets lower in Canada. And you go much further out to Australia and here's what they start looking like. Look how flat that rainbow is. Just as the firmament's elevation changes the further you go out south, the rainbows you see also reflect that altitude. Look, the firmament is very real. Look into all those military expeditions in the 1900s that you were never taught about in school. This is not news to your beloved government, folks. Creator's words to the test. All the lies we've been taught begin to fall apart. The earth is fixed and immovable. There are ends to the earth. There is water above and below, and the firmament is placed to divide them.
What do you think?
See, the thing is, when you use green screens and CGIs to try and deceive the world, there will always be mistakes. Oh, some type of mistakes that always seem to just get through, like shadows. Like, where is the shadow for the floating object? Because, you know, this isn't the first time that we have noticed that these objects that they seem to always have in front of them always seem to have issues. Like, you can clearly see that this little shadow right here is from that right hand. Yeah, that's the right hand shadow. And then when they move their hand away, there is no shadow from the ball whatsoever. You know, obviously, like, they wouldn't do that to us. This is definitely all real. All of these space journeys where they're traveling 25,000 miles an hour through the vacuum of space, going 238,000 miles away, all the way to the moon. It's all real. There's obviously a perfectly reasonable scientific explanation as to why there is no shadow on this floating object on the space mission. It's clearly real. What am I on about? Just for entertainment, beautiful people, and I'm as fictional as the moon landings, baby.
Gemini 15 photo is verifiably fake.
It's Michael Collins purportedly doing a spacewalk, but really it was a training mission where they had him strapped in these harnesses and they just blacked out the background and pretended he was in space. So we know they were lying. We also know, I don't know if you watched my episode with Bart, but Bart has this footage of where they're running images of the Apollo photographs through AI to detect whether or not they've been manipulated.
And Putin is looking at the video and he's like not surprised that checks out as fake.
My friend who was from Russia said that in high school they were teaching that the moon landing was a hoax.
Damn, that's crazy. If you haven't already got a copy of my book, Cheat Codes to the Simulated Life, an epic guide to metaphysics and manifestation, you can get that on Amazon today. Once again, that's Cheat Codes to the Simulated Life, available on Amazon. If life's a game, there must be cheat codes. And I put this book together to help people learn how to manifest and use this video game we're living in to their advantage. Let's jump right back into the video.
At a video of Stanley Kubrick confessing in 1999 that he filmed the moon landing resurfaces. Watch this.
I perpetrated a huge fraud, which I am now about to detail.
Okay.
Involving the United States government and NASA.
All right.
And I'm sure you've heard the rumors.
The moon landing hoax?
That's right. That the moon landing was fake. The moon landings all were fake. And I was the person who filmed it. The conspiracy theorists were right on this occasion.
Why?
I don't know about Paul McCartney's death, but they were right about it.
Okay, why in God's name would... I don't know what to ask you first. Why the hell, if you're telling the truth, why would you do it? Why are you telling me? I mean, what the...
Don't you think it's important for people to know the truth?
Yeah, I got... yes, certainly.
They had a massive fraud, an unparalleled fraud perpetrated against them. They should know.
Okay.
I mean, they're already suspicious of the government. They may as well have their suspicions confirmed.
Okay.
Well, justified.
You know what to do. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
And let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think that video is real? They always said they got Stanley Kubrick due to Eyes Wide Shut, but maybe it was due to this.
Copy 40.
Good numbers. Give it a wiggle check.
Solid. No movement.
Excellent. Panel's good. You can stow the tool and proceed to the next point.
Copy that. Tool stowed. Head over.
That looks like AI, not gonna lie.
So the moon is the yin and yang rotating around the magnetic North Pole. The North Pole is a pole of electromagnetic energy, and above the North Pole is Polaris. The Earth is a giant electromagnetic field, and you are an electromagnetic field. You are the Earth in a miniature form, a miniature universe experiencing itself. The stars are astral lights which influence the material plane, rotating around us, generating a huge sky clock. The sun tells the time of day, the moon tells the time of month, and the stars tell the time of year. Everything in this reality has an intelligent purpose, including yourself. The difference between a heliocentric model believer and a flat earther is that the flat earther does their own research and thinking.
Yeah, that's why they took away a month from our calendar. What if they did that? Because let's just say hypothetically the Bible's real, there will be a return, right? What if they don't want us to know the date? What if they don't want us to be able to do the math? All right, a lot of things are sketchy, especially when you get into Tartaria. I have a full video on that. If you look on my page, go to videos and you'll see I did a full video on Tartaria, Cabbage Patch Kids, stuff like that.
Watch this.
You actually believe this? Like, we never went to the fucking moon, dude. It's so obvious. It's retarded if you believe we went. Like, it's literally retarded. If you can look at the footage that I'm about to put below and believe we still went, you are fucking retarded.
Fucking explain to me. Here you go.
Oh, I
the
love
guy's
this
getting
guy.
off the rocket ship. Who the fuck is filming him? Who's filming him?
A guy?
How'd the fucking guy get up there if this is the first guy supposed to be on the fucking
Real
moon?
though.
A different rocket ship?
I don't know.
So they sent the rocket ship up there. He got off and he's like, all right, come on up now. I'm ready to fucking film.
What if
Are
it
you
was-
fucking
what if it was the same
serious?
rocket ship?
He's supposed to be the first guy on the moon. It's bullshit. The car. How the fuck did the car fit in that rocket ship? Look, how did that car fit in the rocket ship?
I don't know.
Okay, right. More bullshit. Then the guy's floating around with a big fucking cord to his stomach, and they're telling you that's his fucking, life support. Was it fucking feeding him through the fucking tube like a baby? They're bouncing around like a fucking jerk off. Yeah, watch. Let me show you. There it goes. Bye-bye. You know what? I'm gonna stay behind. You guys go back to Earth. I'll fucking die up here. And how the fuck did he get the film back to Earth? Yeah, look, the fake fucking parachute. Hey, we're home now. What happened to the guy back on the moon? They just left him?
I guess so.
Yeah, everyone guesses they don't have any fucking facts. Bullshit.
Yo, so the people who live and die by the moon landing, they say that they were able to get that shot from the space shuttle leaving moon to Earth through radio waves. They're like, yeah, they sent it through radio waves. Like, because I went into a TikTok live. If you want to go in and get some more information, go on one of these TikTok lives. They're very hostile, but they seem to have a lot of facts. Now, whether they're just regurgitating facts that NASA tells them, it's one way or another. But that's why I'm saying, do your own research. I look at both sides of things. And as of right now, one side is outweighing the other.
Neil and Buzz, the President of the United States is in his office now and would like to say a few words to you. Over. That would be an honor. Go ahead, Mr. President. This is Houston out.
Hello, Neil and Buzz. I'm talking to you by telephone from the Oval Room at the White House. And this certainly has to be the most historic telephone call ever made. I just can't tell you how proud we all are of what you do. For every American, this has to be the proudest day of our lives. And for people all over the world, I am sure they too join with us in recognizing what an immense feat this is. Because of what you have done, the heavens have become a part of man's world. And as you talk to us from the sea of tranquility, it inspires us to redouble our efforts to bring peace and tranquility to Earth.
Pause. How was the picture of the moon already in the Oval Office?
For one priceless moment in the whole history of man, all the people on this earth are truly one. One in their pride in what you have done, and one in our prayers that you will return safely to Earth.
Thank you, Mr. President. It's a great honor and privilege for us to be here representing not only the United States, but men of peace of all nations, men with interest and a curiosity, and men with a vision for the future.
And thank you very much, and I look forward, all of us look forward to seeing you on the Hornet on Thursday. Look forward to that very much, sir.
Craziness.
So this guy's on top of a tower, and we don't have enough service for him to keep them in his ears. And I'm supposed to believe that we got a phone call from the moon. How many years ago?
Yeah, in 1969.
And what's really crazy about that is, remember, it was landlines back then. They didn't have cell phones. So I don't get that, especially the 1969 phone call. I don't really get it.
All right, guys, you see that? How would you get this type of circular rainbow around the sun if we didn't live with a firmament over us? Please, somebody tell me.
Oh, they get everything. They just catch all these red flags. It's so crazy. And people wonder why people don't believe this stuff.
Can someone please explain to me why NASA was frolicking around in Algeria, but pretending to be on Mars? Now, if we have all of this advanced technology, and we have the ability to travel through outer space in a void, then why can't we just put a drone on Mars and take raw videos, raw footage, raw pictures of us actually being on the planet Mars? Why would they have to pretend to be on Mars? Well, that's because you can't actually go to Mars. It is light and sound resonance in the firmament above. We cannot leave. And this is why every single image, video of anything in space is all CGI. All of the planets, all of the stars, the Earth rotating around the sun, every single rocket that you see once it is actually in outer space, they're all CGI. Huh. Now, if we have the technology for space travel, why don't we have the technology to take raw images, raw photographs, raw videos of rockets traveling through space, and then taking real pictures of planets? Why does no one ask this question? Because you're afraid. You're afraid to actually think for yourself, and that is the problem. So they are keeping you trapped in the physical world, thinking purely out of the five senses, operating purely through your reptilian brainstem so that they can control you. But I made this video entirely for entertainment purposes only. Do not take anything I said seriously.
I wouldn't say they're afraid as much as indoctrinated, really. I think people want to know the truth.
March at NAP. What was going through your mind? How amazed were you to see your roadster up there with Starman just cruising along with the blue planet? And how long will we be getting live views, do you think, from the car?
Well, I think it looks so ridiculous and impossible. And you can tell it's real because it looks so fake, honestly. Like, we'd have way better CGI if it was fake. And you know, the colors all look kind of weird in space. There's no atmospheric occlusion. You know, like everything looks too crisp. But we didn't really test any of those materials for, you know, is it space hardened or whatever, you know. So it just has the same seats that like a normal car has. It's just literally a normal car in space.
I wonder what happened to that car. If you know, let me know in the comments. Is that car still streaming?
What you're looking at right here is two photos side by side taken 54 years apart, one from the Apollo 17 in 1972 and one from the Artemis II in 2026. Now I want you to look over Africa right now because there's some very interesting anomalies here. The exact same clouds 54 years apart. Now, does that make any sense to you guys? In biblical Hebrew, the word NASA, spelt different, sounds the same, primarily means to beguile, to deceive, or to lead astray. Used in the context of misleading someone mentally or morally. This is why NASA uses the serpent tongue in their logo. The serpent is deception. Stealing your tax money, launching this moon mission on April Fool's Day, deceiving humanity, all with the goal of hiding God's true creation. The same people that control NASA are the same people that poison us around every corner. If you believe what they're putting out, then you are heavily fluoridated. This is why it's never been more important to take our physical health back and detox from all the poisons that they are poisoning us with. This is why I take Chalk's hot water purified Shilajit every single day, so I can be of sound body and mind. And I have incredible lifetime discounts for you guys, so comment the word info and check your DMs. Peace and love.
I like how he slides those ads in real slick.
For all of you who still believe NASA went to the moon over 50 years ago in these aluminum foil cans, let me show you something. Now, I'm not saying they did or didn't, but somehow they made live telephone calls from the moon to the Earth with the satellite dish on this little moon buggy, whereas today's dishes can't even get 1,000 miles. Now, if that doesn't make you question things, what about this? Here's NASA leaving the moon. Look at that confetti. And look at that cameraman, brave enough to stick around, stay behind. If after that you still don't have questions, what about this? Why hasn't NASA gone back to the moon in 50 years? Well, here's someone to explain it to you. NASA astronaut and chemical engineer Don Pettit. He'll explain why they haven't gone back.
I'd go to the moon in a nanosecond. The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology, and it's a painful process to build it back again.
So they destroyed the technology to go back to the moon. Thank God NASA wasn't in charge of cars, telephones, or the internet. Let me know what you think of this situation, Pooshkies. Shabadoo!
So the boot thing, they say it's because they had covers that went over their actual shoes. So that's why they look different. But I don't know. Like I said, just a lot of red flags, people. A lot of red flags.
Your son or daughter.
You can zoom in and do like a 3D and look at the city and everything. But my issue is that when you zoom out and you go into outer space, this Earth that we live on turns into a cartoon. Vegas. This is a cartoon now. Where's the real Earth? Oh, that's right. Space ain't a real place. That's why this camera doesn't go into outer space. In fact, I'm going to show you right now where these images come from.
It's not that they wouldn't use the magical floating satellites if they could. It's that they don't physically exist, nor does the globe. They have been sending these up one at a time since it all began. I will allow them to explain it.
It's also the genesis for NASA's newly developed super pressure balloon.
The reason for super pressure ballooning is they have absolutely stable altitude day night, and it doesn't matter how cold the atmosphere is. They are sealed.
So your shape is always the same. You always displace the same amount of air, and therefore you have the same amount of buoyancy all the time.
NASA's been using balloons for science research for over 30 years. The exploration that can be done on balloons is continuing to grow. The standard balloon that I fly is about 660 feet long when it's made.
So let me get this straight. It is now public knowledge that they send up satellites on massive helium-filled balloons. As you should know, NASA is the largest consumer of helium in the world, for obvious reasons. But the issue with society is that they never critically think. Just think for a second here. If these are sent up to provide the world with all of the important information we need, and I'm sure the entire process is expensive and difficult to accomplish, then please explain to me what in the flat world do these pathetic animations do for you? Do they make you happy inside? Are they so super duper cool that you cannot see past the obvious CGI? The fact of the matter is everything NASA sends up on a balloon simply hovers above our motionless Earth. That is why they rarely speak about orbiting satellites, and of course, they never show footage. Here is some footage of a random evening with a man, the moon, and his Nikon P900. Notice anything floating up there?
Forget it, Bart. It's so bright out you can't see anything in the sky except the Fox satellite.
And then every now and then these satellites come crashing down. They fall out of the sky with those helium balloons attached to them all over the world. But you don't hear about it because you likely get your information from mainstream media. And I'm going to tell you why that's a bad idea. The same people that own the news are the same people that are perpetuating this hoax, alright? If you want the truth, you got to find it yourself. You can zoom in and do like a 3D and look.
Yo, was I the only one who thought that satellites were like orbiting Earth, like floating without balloons? I guess that's not true.
And that radio command link. That's it. That's it. Add it in, but it wouldn't snap down. Okay. Add it in. Actually, it's a link along that tether line you see there, 25 feet of umbilical cord. That contains the life support system and communications link. from the spacecraft life support system out through that
I think
chest
this
pack.
is the video Joe Rogan was talking about earlier, where they put a black screen behind it. So fake.
And that
looks like a movie set for real. Looks like a movie. Looks like Twilight Zone. And that's the end of the video, ladies and gentlemen. I thank you if you made it this far, and I really hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, don't forget to click the like button. And if you're not already subscribed, do that as well. Next week, we're going to dive into the firmament and really dig into it and see all the videos that show proof of the firmament. All right. I also did a video on this earlier if you want to check it out. It's called The Firmament and Cymatics. But definitely tune in next week. Don't forget to subscribe and share this with your friends to not only help out the algorithm, but maybe help them open their mind and get rid of all that programming. I'm Jay Tally. This is Jay Tally Reacts, and we are
Tally. Who manifest? Want it, I see it, I got it, I get it, no question. Who manifest? They send me protection from all of these hitters. It's still in my blood.